Hello guys, hope you all are having a great day today. If you guys are checking out this video, then Thunder has given me the honor to upload yet another video to this channel. Thank you so much, Thunder, for uploading another video on this channel. It really does mean the absolute world to me, and I hope you all enjoy this commentary I have planned for you guys today. But I want to talk a little bit about a term that's been thrown around in the Call of Duty community quite a bit, quite often actually, because me myself, I say it all the time as well. After all these recent Call of Duty games between Black Ops 4 and World War II and the whole Jetpack series, we have just been wanting something classic, and we continuously say we want an old school Call of Duty title, something that felt like Black Ops 1 or 2, or Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, even 3. And I think a lot of us say these things because those were the games that we started off with. Obviously, if your first Call of Duty game was Modern Warfare 2, you're going to look back on Modern Warfare 2 as being some god-tier amazing title because it was your first Call of Duty game that brought you into the series. Same thing if Black Ops 1 was your first game, or Black Ops 2, World at War, Call of Duty 4, whatever your first Call of Duty game was, you're going to love it, and you'll probably look back on it as an amazing game. But being on PC, I've been blessed with having the capability of playing games without many mods. Now, a lot of people say PC has so many more hackers compared to console, but I really beg to differ. I have gotten to, I would say, one hacked lobby, and I'm now second prestige in this game. I've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare 2, and I got into one hacked lobby. Not a modded lobby where they boost your stats, but a lobby where someone's running around with aimbot. One out of 2 prestiges. Same thing with Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4, I've actually never witnessed a hacker yet, and I've been playing that game for like 3 years. So honestly, if I'm going to be real with you guys, hacking on PC is not as crazy as it is on console. If you go on a console and you hop into Modern Warfare 2, you'll see people flying around the sky, mod menus everywhere, noob tubes being, shot like it's a fully auto light machine gun. It's a lot of insane things. But being on PC, I'm blessed with the ability to go back and try some of these older Call of Duty games, like COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, the Black Ops series, and I can play it like it was played in the beginning when the game was first released. Now, like I said in the beginning of this video, I was one of the people that was saying that I want a classic feeling Call of Duty game. I had my nostalgia goggles strapped onto my head tight. Like, I could not even move those suckers. They were just stuck on my head, and I was ready for a classic-styled Call of Duty game. But here I am, coming back to some Modern Warfare 2 to give it a shot. I was like, hey, why not? Modern Warfare 2 was such an awesome game, right? I loved Modern Warfare 2. It was outstanding. Little did I remember all the crap that we used to put up with. Now, this is the thing. Back then, these titles were outstanding for the time period. But nowadays, technology has drastically changed, and the engines are continuously being updated, different things and features are being changed around in these games to make them better, and just, a better quality of life experience for each title. But back then, that was all we had. We didn't have like a whole list of Call of Duty games to choose from. We just had the main games. When Modern Warfare 2 came out, we had Black Ops 1 and Call of Duty 4 and World at War if you really wanted to go back. But that's about it. Those were the best Call of Duty games you could possibly jump around to. But during the time, nobody wanted to jump around like that. People were just stuck into Modern Warfare 2 because it was the newest title. And also, just a heads up to you guys, I'm going to be talking a lot about Modern Warfare 2 this video. I haven't had a chance to go back and play Black Ops 1 yet. I haven't played Black Ops 2 yet either. I've just been playing tons of Modern Warfare 2. But Lord have mercy, is this probably one of the cheesiest, most obnoxious, and rage-inducing video games I have ever played in my whole life. I don't know how I didn't see this. I don't know why I didn't think of this. Like I said, my nostalgia glasses must have been just really strapped on tight, because I didn't remember any of this bullcrap that happened. I didn't remember the noob tubes being used so heavily. I didn't remember painkillers being so overpowered, and Last Stand being so obnoxious, and Martyrdom killing me so many times, stopping power being such a crutch perk in this game as well. Not to mention that the hit detection in this game is complete trash. I mean, 9 times out of 10 when you get into a gunfight, over half your shots don't even connect. Now, I don't know. That could be something completely off. That just might be because of the servers not being updated. It's a 10-year-old game, obviously. They're not going to continuously update this title so people can come back and play it. So that might be the cause of why the hit detection is off, and maybe because the player count is so low, I'm playing with people all across the world, so it's not just from, my local area, so I can have good connection games. So that might just be an issue with it being an older title. But that doesn't make up for all the cheese and all the bull crap that there is in this game. For some reason, when I thought of Modern Warfare 2, I thought this game was fast, it was fun. I remember the UMP silenced and the ACR being a drill across the map. And I remember those good times. But for some reason, I didn't remember what a camp fest this game actually was and how much it catered to people camping. A while ago on Twitter, I actually made a comparison to the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare because a lot of people didn't think so, but I seriously think Modern Warfare 2 is very similar to the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It is a lot of things that I see from Modern Warfare 2 that I also see in the Modern Warfare game, between how the people play, the actual community, how the maps are designed. It's a few aspects from Modern Warfare 2 that were implemented into the current Modern Warfare title. But now finally going back to Modern Warfare 2, I don't want this game anymore. I don't want to see this game ever, well, I don't want to see it come back. I would love to see a remastered version of Modern Warfare 2. I would enjoy that. Let's not lie. It would be cool to have a remastered Modern Warfare 2. But when everybody is saying they want a game that is exactly like these old titles, you know, people are saying, I want a copy and paste of Modern Warfare 2. You know, don't change anything. I want it the exact same. That is a huge mistake. A massive mistake. If they made another Modern Warfare 2 game, people would be furious. It would probably be the worst year of Call of Duty. Unless you want to die from people running around with noob tubes and, you know, danger close, so their explosion range is just out of this world, and one-man army so they can continuously stack the noob tubes, and claymores being planted everywhere, like 4 or 5 claymores in one building, just like you see in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I don't think I would be able to handle another year of that exact gameplay. Now, the reason why I think I loved Modern Warfare 2 so much is because I was a hardcore Search and Destroy player. Not hardcore, but I played Search and Destroy a lot. I don't even think, maybe I touched TDM and Dom like 2 times out of the whole time in Modern Warfare 2. I was seriously in love with Search and Destroy at the time. And as you guys know, Search and Destroy plays drastically different than any other, you know, game mode in the actual title. So maybe that's why I was thinking this game is a lot more fun than I remembered. But I don't know, because a lot of other people are saying the same thing. They all want to see this game come back. They all want to see the same gameplay, game style, game mechanics, everything return into a current style game. Now, my question to you guys is, do you guys really think that these older Call of Duty titles were actually that good? Do you think if they just took every aspect out of Modern Warfare 2 and just updated the graphics and, you know, made a new campaign and new storyline, but the multiplayer was literally a copy and paste into a newer Call of Duty title, do you think it would be a fun game? After going back to titles like this, I kind of feel bad for talking crap on games like Black Ops 4 and World War II and the Jetpack Call of Duty games, because it seems like they were trying to branch out from this playstyle. They didn't want the old campy newbie game to continue in that manner. Now, of course, Black Ops 2 was extremely newbie with the specialists and all this stuff, but they still made it fast. They still kept the movement in the game, and it felt clean. It felt smooth. I feel like we don't respect the current games that we get anymore. We get them, and I think it's mainly because we get these games every single year. If we had a 2 to 3 year break in between every single Call of Duty title, we would probably remember what we played last, or we would remember how much time and effort and how annoying a certain title was, or how good a certain title was, and then we would be able to look back on that and say, okay, that was a good game or that was a bad game. But we've had so many Call of Duty games that release on a yearly basis that it's kind of hard for us to keep track. We're constantly given something new. We're constantly given something fresh. A different game style, different gameplay, different weapons, different maps, different style. Everything is changed every single year, and they try to keep things fresh for the community. So it's hard for us to actually understand or just have a good general knowledge of what these games were like unless you actually go back and play it. If you were to go back and play Modern Warfare 2 in 2019, you would understand what this game is like. And one last thing I have to say. You guys are going to say that. I know people are going to be defending this title, but you cannot go back and play this game for like 2-3 matches and call it quits and then say this game is amazing. In order to get the full vibe of a Call of Duty game, you have to play it religiously. I'm talking like 2 straight weeks of playing this game on a daily basis, just like you would play any other new Call of Duty game that comes out. You would have to grind this game just as much. And when you put in the time and the effort and you're trying to grind through the game again, you see all the obnoxious, strange things that were implemented into these games. It honestly blew my mind coming back to Modern Warfare 2 and playing all this stuff. Because the first 2 days, don't get me wrong, the first 2 days when I got Modern Warfare 2, I'm like, this game is so good. Why is this game not in the future titles? Why is the playstyle not in the future titles? Why are these trust me, after 2 weeks of giving this game a go, it is very tiring. And dying from, oh God, I can't tell you how many lobbies noob tubes have taken over in Modern Warfare 2. It is so annoying. And the quick scoping in this game is so overpowered. Oh God, guys. Seriously, these games are a lot different than what we have nowadays. And it makes me appreciate what we have. If we were to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare right now, you would really actually appreciate the game a lot more if you were playing Modern Warfare 2 for a couple of weeks straight. So were the old Call of Duty games really as good as we all remember? Yeah, they were. They were really good games for the time period. You gotta remember, these games came out a very long time ago. They were the stepping stones of what Call of Duty is now. But do I want to see another game created like this? No, I do not. I think Call of Duty and the devs, Infinity Ward and Treyarch, have a good general idea of where they're taking this franchise. And with Modern Warfare, they have proved to us that they can bring in tiny aspects from games like COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2, even Modern Warfare 3, tiny little things from each of these titles they can implement into a newer title, but they don't have to make it as toxic as the game used to be. But during its time, it was a masterpiece. Modern Warfare 2 was a great game when it first came out. We had to deal with it though. You know, this is the game that we had to play on a daily basis. We couldn't go back and play any other titles. We had to stick through it. So eventually we got used to it. We got the hang of it. We found out different techniques. We learned different camping spots. We learned how to avoid the tubes. It's a lot of things that we got used to. But coming back to it, after playing all these other Call of Duty games that have come out already, it's a huge difference. It's a massive difference with how this game actually played. And I don't even want to see any other Call of Duty game take the same path that these older titles used to take. I think these games should go down in history as the stepping stones of Call of Duty. They don't need to make any other game like these games. They should just keep these games, remaster them so we can remember them and remember what they were like and how they were, and just the total overall experience that this game has brought to the table to help craft the future Call of Duty titles that we are seeing now. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Make sure you go down in the comment section and leave your opinion on these old classic Call of Duties. Like I said, my personal opinion, they were fun, but I don't think they were really as good as everybody hypes them up to be. You know, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1 were really fun games at the time, but nowadays, compared to what we are used to, you can't compare them. You just can't compare them. But make sure you leave down in the comment section on how you personally feel about all these old school titles. Do you still play them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Just let me know how you feel. Once again, thank you, Thunder, so much for hooking me up on the spot on TSG. It really does mean the world to me. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you go ahead and check out his main channel, 402 Thunder 402. If you want to just check out some more community content, you can always subscribe to this channel, Thunderstruck Gaming. And if you want to catch more of my commentaries, you can follow me over on my channel, J-Bone the Man. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.